Hey, 7th grade, Mrs. Hedrick here. All right, so we're going to keep working on lesson 29 today, or now, however you're doing this. We're going to do guided practice, and we're going to do the independent practice, okay? So this is Math 7. We'll be working on pages 296 to 299, okay? Remember, everything is due by Friday, May 22nd, okay? Let's take a look at, this isn't too difficult. I'm going to skip the example just to save some time, okay? All right. A spinner has a sun, a moon, and a star section. Cambria records her results from her spins in the table shown. Based on these results, predict how many times the pointer will land on the moon in 500 spins. Okay. Well, the first thing we probably should know is how many times did she spin the spinner? So I'm going to add this up. So I need to know how many trials she had. So she had an 11, plus an 18, plus a 31. So she did this 60 times. Okay, and then they want to know moon. So we're going to focus on the moon. All right, so let's go back. She landed on the moon 18, out of 60 trials. Okay, now I want to know how many would that be out of 500. Okay, so we got a couple of options here. We actually have 3 options. The first thing I could do is I could just try to figure out 60 times what is 500. Well, I'm going to help you out. It's not a whole number, right? I don't know what to multiply. So I'm going to take the 500 and divide by 60. All right, and the number I'm looking for is times 8.3. Okay, well, I didn't know that. I had to use a calculator. Times 8.3. So 18 times 8.3 is about, I got 149.4. So I feel comfortable saying about 150. So we'll just say I'm going to do about 150. Okay, your next option, you could have taken the 18 over 60 and gone down to 10, right? We've done that before. So what do I do to a 60 to go down to a 10? I divide by 6. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. Now I can go back up to 500 easily. What would I multiply by? 50, right? So 3 times 50 is 150. Okay? So this is, I had to divide to get the answer. This one I went down to 10 and went back up. Another option is 18 out of 60. What percent is that? I'm just going to do 18 divided by 60. 18 divided by 60. And this is 0.3. What percent is 0.3? You guys remember this, right? Move the decimal 2 places. So that's 30%. So I could just do what's 30% of 500. So I just multiply. So 0.3 times 500. And that also gives me, so 30% of 500. So 0.3 times 500 also equals 150. So I'm pretty confident that the answer is about 150, but that's 3 different ways of getting there. Okay, this one's probably the easiest one. Go down to a denominator of 10, then back up to a denominator of 500. Okay, next one. Number 15. The owner of a deli recorded the number of customers who ordered each of the 4 sandwiches available. So ham sandwich, cheese sandwich, turkey sandwich, veggie sandwich. If the deli had 50 customers the first hour it opened, predict how many customers would have had turkey sandwiches. Okay. First thing I need to know is how many, right? What were the number of trials? So I'm going to do 160 plus 100 plus 180 plus 60. Can you hear my doggies? I've got my grand pup here. He's hanging out. Okay, 500 trials. So we're focused on turkey sandwiches. So turkey is 180 out of 500. You see, I'm not doing anything, this isn't anything spectacular. I copied the number next to turkey, and all I did was add these up to get the total. So the denominator is the total number of trials, and the numerator is the how many turkeys, so the outcome for turkeys. Okay, now this is pretty easy. Look, all they want me to do now is go down to 50 customers. So I'm keeping equal fractions, and I'm going down. So when I go down, I divide. 500 divided by what is 50? I'm going to divide by 10. Really, divide by 10. So I would expect, so it should be 18. I would expect about 18 people in the first hour to order a turkey sandwich. Make you want a turkey sandwich? Okay. Number 16. Ryan has a bag with marbles. He selects a marble without looking, records the color. So he sticks his hand in, pulls one out, looks at it, records it, puts it back in, shakes them up. In 25 trials, he selects a green marble 10 times. So he selects green 10 times. His total is 25. He selects a blue marble the other times. They're being tricky. They didn't tell you. Based on his results, which is the best prediction of how many times Ryan will select a blue marble in 100 trials? Okay, well, he picked green 10 out of 25, so how many times did he pick blue? Right, this has to be 15. So, let's go with the ratio that we know. He has 15 of the trials were blue marbles out of 25. Okay? Now I want to go up to the new denominator, 100. No, not hard. 25 times what is 100? Times 4. 15 times 4. 15 times 4 is 60. So that should be my answer. Ryan chose B. How did Ryan get B? Ryan didn't do it right. Isn't that what you guys always tell me? Ryan used the probability of green and not the probability of blue. Okay, I'm going to sneeze. Yeah, I felt it coming. Okay. So we'll just say Ryan used the green probability. Okay. All right. Let's keep rolling. Okay. Number 1, in the cafeteria, there are 7 teachers, 48 girls, and 45 boys. What is the probability of the person chosen at random from the cafeteria being a boy? So I have 7 teachers, 48 girls, and 45 boys. Okay, so what's my total? So 7 plus 48 plus 45. Can you hear my dogs? Okay, 100 is my total. What is the probability that the person chosen is a boy? Okay, well, 45 out of 100 is a boy. Is that answer on here? No. I have denominators with 20s. Could I go down to a 20? What would I divide by? 100 divided by what is 20? Divided by 5, right? Okay, so divided by 5. 45 divided by 5, 9. Is that an answer choice? It sure is. Yep. Okay, easy enough. Okay, next. This looks really complicated. It's not. Students in a math class were divided into 3 groups, right? 1, 2, 3. Each group was given a paper bag filled with an unknown number of marbles of unknown color. So we don't even know if they have the same amount of, like, it might not be like 10 each, or this could have 10 and this could have 20 and this could have 50. I don't know. And we don't know the colors. For each bag, a marble was drawn at random and then put back. Each group repeated this procedure until they had recorded 50 draws. So I don't have to add them up. This is 50, 50. They already told me, 50 draws. The data for the 3 bags is shown below, okay? So bag A, 39 red, 2 white, 9 yellow, no purple. Bag B was 10 red, 15 white, 15 yellow, 10 purple. And bag C, 3 red, 15 white, 7 yellow, 25 purple. Okay. Now I'm just going to read these statements and see what we know. In bag B, it appears to be equally likely to draw a white and yellow marble. 15 and 15. Would that make them equally likely? They're both the same number. Yes, that's a true. Okay. The probability of drawing a yellow marble from bag C, so let's go to bag C, yellow, is 7%. They're being tricky. No, it's not 7%, it's 7 out of 50, which is actually, right, if I put it over 100, is actually 14%. So they tried to be tricky. That's a no. Okay? C. The probability of drawing a purple marble from bag A after 200 draws is likely 0. Well, let's go to bag A. They never pulled a purple. There might not be any purple. So is the probability likely 0? Yeah. Okay. Letter D. If marbles from bag C were drawn 10,000 times, about 600 red marbles are likely to be drawn. Okay, well, red is 3 out of 50. And now they want us to go up to 10,000. Well, times 2 would be 100. Times 200, I'm going to check on my calculator. 50 times 200 is 10,000. Okay, so times 200. Times 200 times 200. What's 3 times 200? 600. Would it be 600 red marbles? Yes, it would. Okay, well, can I get everything in the page? There we go. Letter E. Each bag definitely contains an equal number of marbles. So they're saying from this data, you can tell that the same number of red, white, and purple are in every bag. Can you tell that? No, you can't tell. This is always a giveaway word too. Whenever it says definitely or absolutely, that's usually a no. Okay, let's finish it up. Students spin a spinner 500 times. The table shows the results of the experiment. So if I add these up, it should be 500, right? 100, this is 300, 450, 500. Okay, so that's the total. Based on these results, predict the number of times the spinner will land on blue in 100 spins. All right, well, let's go with what we know. Right now, blue is 150 out of 500. I want to go down to 100 spins. So how do I go from 500 down to 100? Whenever I'm doing equal fractions and I go down, I'm dividing. And I'm going to divide by 5. 150 divided by 5 is 30. So, excuse me, the pointer will land on blue about 30 times. Number 4, tiles with the letters from Ron's name are in a bag, right? R, O, and N. Ron draws a tile at random, records the letter in the table, and then replaces the letter back in the bag. So he looks and then he puts it back, shakes them up, does it again. The table shows the results of the experiment. Predict the number of times Ron will select a consonant in 10,000 trials. Okay, do we have our total here yet? It didn't say. Let's add these up. So I've got 31 plus 28 plus 41. Okay, so we're rocking 100 here, 100 trials. All right, which letters are consonants? Vowels are A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y. So our consonants are R and N. So when they do that, they want you to add them together. So 31 plus 41, that's 72, right? 31 plus 41 is 72. So consonants are going to be 72 over 100. Now they want me to jump up to 10,000. So I've got how many more zeros? 2 more zeros, so I'm going to multiply by 100. Okay? So 72 times 100, it's a 72 with 2 zeros. So 7,200 times. Okay, these aren't overly difficult. Okay, hopefully if you watch all these videos, you should do really well. Okay, last one. Mindy tosses a coin 50 times and gets 32 heads. Okay, so here's our total, 52. She gets, I'm going to start taking notes. She gets heads 32 times. We got more people going. Okay, Adam tosses a coin 50 times and he gets 28 heads. We got a group going here. Cam tosses the coin 50 times. I can't spell H-E-A-D-S, and gets 21 heads. Jade tosses the coin 50 times and gets 24 heads. Use the results to predict the number of heads in 1,000 tosses. Okay, these are the trials. 50, 50, 50, 50. So 100, 200 trials. And then these are the outcomes. So let's go ahead and get a total outcome. So 32 plus 28 plus 21 plus 24. So in total, they had heads 105 out of the 200 times. So this is heads. 105 out of the 200 trials. Okay, almost half, right? Okay. Now, they want to know what will it be in 1,000. So all I'm doing, guys, what do you multiply 2 by 200? Is it times 5? Yeah. Times 5 times 5. So 105 times 5 is 525. Oops. So there will be about 525 heads in 1,000 tosses. Okay? Now, I know I told you I was kind of flexible on homework. The one before the quiz is always a good one to try. So go ahead and take a look at Practice and Problem Solving, page, 335 and 336. Okay, I would probably go over that one. The last one's usually a tricky one. Okay, I don't think the quiz is overly difficult, but you do have to know how to do these equal fractions to figure things out. Okay, all right, my friends, I've got one more video left. It will be the video of the quiz. Okay, have a good one. Remember, everything is due by May 22nd. Bye.